to be honest with you.
No, it doesn't, and the Dow is now down 350 points. Elsewhere, there may be some financial implications of this. Let's see. More damaging evidence coming out about Hillary Clinton's email scandal. At least a dozen email accounts handle those top-secret intelligence items that were on her server. Judge Napolitano is back. How serious is her trouble?
Two areas in which her trouble is serious. One is political, because she stopped saying, I neither sent nor received classified materials marked classified, because we now know that there were at least 22 materials marked top classified, top secret, at the time she received them and at the time she sent them. So she's got the political explanation to do. But her far more serious problems than Bernie Sanders. Her serious problems are with the FBI legal problems. How does this thing today hurt her? It enables the FBI to ask the Justice Department to indict the aides for mishandling of top secret materials, for handling materials that they weren't authorized to handle, and then use that as leverage to get information from them about Hillary. Her worst nightmare would be an indictment where the evidence against her is coming from people that are her former aides.
So her legal position just got worse?
Yes. We now know that there was a culture in the upper echelons of the State Department, utterly reckless in its concern, grossly negligent in its concern for caring for national security secrets. It is clear they discussed them on their BlackBerries, some of which were secure, some of which were not secure. She passed this stuff off to her aides who didn't have the same security clearance that she did. She told them to remove top secret from it and send it to her anyway. This is the type of thing that ought to have resulted in an indictment at the time.
It's serious, yeah.
Yeah, it is serious.
I
think, and it's more for our political colleagues to address, that the Democrats are beginning to recognize this, that they might make a very serious mistake to put her out there as the Democratic nominee with serious challenges about her honesty.
And at the same time, as Hillary's case looks grim, the front runner among the Democrats is Bernie Sanders, who is a socialist.
And that causes the stock market to go down.
It doesn't help, because if we're facing a recession and we've got a socialist who could be the next president of the United States of America, certainly the front runner, that's a disaster.
It's a total disaster for the stock market. It's a total disaster for anyone paying taxes.
So Joe,
anyone, any American, because middle class taxpayers, their taxes will also go up.
So Joe Biden might actually do the country a favor if he started to say, I'm still out here.
Would Mike Bloomberg do the country a favor by chucking in his hat?
I don't think it is feasible, notwithstanding what people may think of the former mayor. I don't think it's feasible for a third party to win.
But he's got enough. He's got enough money to get lawyers to get him on the ballot.
He does.
There's one quick thing I want to deal with. In France, they're trying to change the constitution so that anyone convicted of terrorism can be stripped.
You like this idea?
No, wait. I didn't say guillotine. I just said stripped of their French citizenship.
There's no death penalty in the EU, but go ahead.
I am now an American citizen.
Right.
Under what circumstances can I be stripped of my citizenship?
None.
None. Zero.
None. There's no provision for it. It hasn't happened. It would require a constitutional amendment to establish the circumstances under which it could happen. Because, as you know, since you took an oath to uphold it recently, the American Constitution protects persons. It's not limited to just citizens.
Okay. In the unlikely event that someone of my age volunteers to go to fight for the terrorists overseas, and I actually do go and fight for them, in the highly unlikely event that happens, can you, Judge, say, no, Stuart Varney, you cannot come back to America, even though you've got an American passport?
No, but the Justice Department could seek an indictment of you, and they would probably prefer to indict and charge and punish you than let you stay free out there to harm us.
Why waste the time with a court system when you don't have the evidence? Why don't you just say, you've been fighting for the bad guys. There's two G's.
Because the Constitution prohibits punishment without conviction, and not letting you back to one of your numerous estates in the United States would be punishment without conviction.
I just think it's interesting that France is considering this because they are also run by a socialist.
That's very interesting, Gretchen. Very interesting.
And that mentality has changed whatever law you want, and who cares about human rights?
I'm determined that will not be the last word.
Does we own our property, or does the government? No, we don't want to go there.
You were good today, though, Judge. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Pleasure.